everybody, and good morning. Good morning to you all. Hey, it is your girl, Ruthie the Truth, your financial wellness coach, and your number one strategist for goal driven planning. And I know that y'all know what today is. It's the Wheel of Life Wednesday. Yes, it is Wheel of Life Wednesday, y'all, once again. And I just want to say thank you to all of you who have been participating throughout these past couple of weeks. I greatly appreciate every last one of you because you've been giving me so many different perspectives and feedback, and it has definitely been helping the progress of reaching this 800 number as I continue on in this Root to the Truth journey. All right, so I'm trying to think if there are any announcements. Well, first, I just want to say anybody celebrating a birthday this past week, happy birthday to you. And or anniversaries, because I know there are some anniversaries in the building. All right, happy anniversary to you all. Those of you who are celebrating anniversaries this week. Trying to think anything else. Yeah, once again, it's been a crazy week, but I'm here, y'all. Hey. Yes, I'm here, and we're gonna jump right into it. All right. So for those who may be here for the first time, let me just introduce you to the Wheel of Life. All right, so this is the Wheel of Life, and Wheel of Life Wednesday. Well, this wheel is comprised of the 8 major categories that are directly impacted by both our finances and our mental health. So basically everything in life, right? Summed up into one wheel, 8 categories, 2 of which have subcategories. All right. And the instructions, for those of you who have the physical copy, are as follows. Step 1 is that you will find a trusted friend, family member, or significant other to share in this weekly experience with you. All right. Then step 2 is that each of you will choose a color, preferably your favorite, to represent the response for each of the categories that you fill in. This is the physical copy. Now, anybody who has the digital copy, the instructions are a little bit different. If you're on YouTube and you click the digital workbook, you'll be able to go straight to the page and it'll give you the instructions, okay? Step 3 is that each of you will take turns asking one another, how are you feeling? Right? On a scale of 1 to 10 for each of the specific categories. And we're going to go through it together so y'all know what it is. And not only how are you feeling, so each of you will take turns giving a number. And then you will also answer why you chose that number for this week. All right. So between today and last Wednesday. All right. Excuse me. And then step 4, final step, is that once you have a number colored in for each category, you will use the follow-up questions to further elaborate on your wheel results for the week. All right. So that is the instructions for this week, and or for the physical copy. Obviously, if you want the digital copy, the link is in my bio. I believe on Instagram, or actually the link will send you to YouTube. So, yes. All right. So, I need to use this, right? All right. So the first category that we're gonna start off with is friends. Friends. All right. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how are you feeling about your friends category for this week? All right. And while you guys are typing your answers in the chat, I will give my response. Oh, another thing I meant to mention is that sometimes I noticed some of y'all said you can't really think of a number, or maybe take it too long. um I have introduced the feelings wheel. I know some of y'all are familiar with it. And the feelings wheel is a cute little handy dandy tool that helps you segment your feelings, right? So what I did here is I was able to fold the feelings wheel into half, right? Two halves. Well, I guess I should put it this way. And so half of the feelings wheel are positive feelings, and the other half are negative feelings. All right. So obviously the positive feelings are the orange, yellow, and teal, and negative are purple, red, and blue. All right. So this helps if you can't think of an actual number. You can reference the feelings wheel to pick a word that best responds to it. And once you corresponds with that category, and once you choose the word, then you will give on a scale of 1 to 10 how much of that word you're actually feeling. All right. So it's a little extra step. I'm sorry for those of you who brought to my attention that it's kind of difficult to just randomly come out with a number. So the additional supports. All right. All right, let's see. Carmela. All right, you say, hey. All right, friends is 9 out of 10 category. Feeling good about my friends category. Yes. Yes. And I just want to say, yes, I feel I'm right there with you. 9 out of 10 for this past week. For many of you who may not know, I had to attend my uncle's funeral, and it was not the most pleasant of times, or joyous of times. However, it did feel good to know that I had friends sending, um, flowers and condolences. So thank y'all for the condolences, and it really did lift my spirits. And I am very deeply appreciative of the fact that I was thought of in this time of bereavement. So yes, it definitely helped. I definitely felt like, I had uh a me for a change, or something to that effect. Like, usually I'm used to always kind of showing up for others, but I'm very grateful to have others show up for me and really help me along these challenging weeks, this challenging year so far. I really appreciate y'all. So, yes. All right. So, moving right along, the next category is health. And health is divided into two subcategories. First subcategory is mental health, and the other one is physical health. So, we'll start with mental health. On a scale of 1 to 10, how are you feeling about your mental health category for this week? And while you guys are typing your answers in the chat, I would say my mental health, I would say, is at like a 7 out of 10. Um, you know, just life drama happening, and life is gonna life. I already know this, so I do my best to not really get too crazy about the situation, but at times it just sometimes I feel a little like, okay, how can I rectify certain situations and issues? But then I have to take a step back and realize that certain issues are not my issues. Although other people will have issues that should not affect me. But to some degree, I'm always thinking along those lines of uh, being a solution to the problem and not a problem to the solution, if that makes sense. And yeah, so it's been a little bit of a challenge, but I must say the self reflection has been helping, and having a listening ear or two definitely helps the situation as well. So yeah, that's my response. All right, Carmel says mental health 6 out of 10. All right, a little stressed. But I'm sure I'll feel better after I get some things figured out. Okay. All right. All right. Yeah, I hope you do. And definitely, yeah, we got to chat, got to follow up. All right. The next subcategory for health is physical health. Physical health. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, how are you feeling about your physical health category for this week? All right. And I would say, while you guys are submitting your responses, my physical health, I would say not like an 8 out of 10. Um, I'm physically capable of still doing quite a bit. So I'm extremely grateful for that. And there's still some things that I would love to be able to do, but it's still kind of too early to push myself, a bit. So, yeah. And all right, you said physical health, Carmela, 8 out of 10. Considering fasting. Oh, okay. And cutting soda for a month. What? For a month? Wow. Okay. Okay. This is interesting because it is the season. I have another friend who is starting a fasting journey as well. And yeah, that is it. That's so interesting because I think the fasting was for like Easter or something to that effect. But it was kind of short lived. But I'm gonna give props where props are due. Like to even have the mindset to initiate fasting, it definitely it helps because fasting literally just helps your body reset. So yeah, that's a plus. That's what's up. Yeah, okay. I definitely have to keep up with you because, girl, soda, no soda for a whole month. Well, I mean, I guess you have alternatives, so this will be interesting. I'm looking forward to following this because I'm rooting for you. I definitely want to see definitely help you along the way. You said bought my last soda bottle. My last bottles of soda today. Oh, okay. Wait, what's today's date? Where we at? 23rd. Okay, so what we have? What, like a week? Yeah, a week, right? Yeah, next week. Whoa. Okay, okay. All right, all right, all right, all right. Let me go on. Let me move on. Let me move on. I'm excited. I hope you. I know you will be able to do it, but I hope you added that to your goals list. Is that? I guess that's considered technically a daily goal, right? No soda every day. Yeah. It said I will drink watered down grape juice and apple juice. Okay. All right. All right. Hey, listen. I hope you added that to your goals for the daily goals. I guess just for the month of May, right? It's gonna be okay. All right. Let's see. Let's see. All right. Cool. Cool. We're moving along. Next category is family. Familia. All right. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how are you feeling about your family category for this week? All right. While you guys are typing your responses in the chat, uh, I would say my family category, I'm gonna say it's at like a 6 out of 10. Um, and I would say this week, because whenever death strikes, there's always some sort of drama, and I just was very disappointed in some family because of just their choice of handling things. But I realized that everybody handles grief differently. But still, like at some point in life, we should be evolving. We should be adulting, growing up. However, some people stay stuck for the duration of their life, and it's just a sad time, just to see some family just will never evolve into the better version of themselves. So yeah. All right, come on, you said 10 out of 10. Okay. I'm getting a lot of support this week. Yes, that is excellent. Okay, love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, cool, cool, cool. All right, so next category is fun slash recreation. All right, on a scale of 1 to 10, how are you feeling about your fun category for this week? All right. And while you guys type your response in the chat, well, I guess come on, it's just me and you tonight. For now. What I say, fun? Yeah, I think I'm at like 5 out of 10 for this week. Not really having much fun. This one was not one of those kind of weeks. However, coming here and connecting with you guys is always fun. So, yes, this is always the highlight of my week. Hence why I come every week. So, yeah. All right. So, what would you say? Okay, your fun category is an 8 out of 10. Okay. All right. Cool. Cool. I see. I see. All right. So, next category is education. Education. Oops, sorry. On a scale of 1 to 10, how are you feeling? Oops, my bad. How are you feeling about your education category for this week? All right. And while you guys are typing your responses in the chat, I would say for my education, well, I learned a lot this past week. Um, so I would say, I mean, it was a formal education, although I did watch a couple of YouTube videos this week just to kind of, I guess, refreshing my brain on a few things. I would say like an 8 out of 10. Yeah, because I learned quite a bit this week. And just connected a lot of dots in my mind that I didn't even know needed to be connected, to be honest. But I definitely did my research, and yeah, that's that's the end point. I mean, well, that was the final result, I should say. All right. All right. You said neutral, I guess. Okay, 6 out of 10 for education. Okay. All right. Yeah, I feel you for sure. Okay. The next category is love life. Love life. All right. So this category is subdivided into two subcategories. So we'll start with the self-love life, and then the other the other subcategory is romantic love life. All right. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how are you feeling about your self love life category for this week? Self love. All right. And while you're typing in the chat, I would say my response for this week, self love, you know what? I would give it a 9 out of 10. And the reason why I choose that number for this week is because I didn't really, I've never taken the time out to appreciate all of the work, that I've put into healing a lot of childhood wounds, and also just being the best version of myself, not just for me, but obviously for my children, for as a representation of how I was raised and the better side of how I was raised, and just what I want to be in the long haul, for the long term of life. So yeah, I learned this week. I learned how to appreciate myself a lot better and a lot more than I have been. So I'm giving myself credit, as Carmelo would say, right? All right, Carmelo, you said 8 out of 10 for self love. Okay, nice, nice. All right, cool, cool. All right, so the next subcategory is um romantic love life. Romantic love life. On a scale of 1 to 10, how are you feeling about your romantic love life category for this week? Okay, you said, oh, my bad, I'm sorry. So self love is 8 out of 10. Coming to terms with my mental health and trying to adjust. Okay, not bad. Yes, I'm telling you, the adjustment phase can be extremely challenging when there's so much judgment around it. I believe personally, but having the supports definitely helps, and I'm proud of you. Definitely super proud of you because over the years I know how challenging it has been, and just watching your journey, it definitely uh, I guess subconsciously inspired me to kind of branch out to more of a public setting to make these conversations more like an everyday thing, so that way people don't shy away from the mental health side of how that affects our lives as a whole, because we all at some point go through some sort of mental health struggle, and there's not enough conversations around it, in my opinion. But it definitely is a predominant thing in every household, whether people admit it or not. Um, the longer I do this work, the more I realize that it really needs to be addressed. And yeah, mental health definitely affects everyone. Um, so yeah, I just, normalizing mental health conversations is definitely a part of the Ruthie's Road to 800 mission, because I don't think enough people realize the long and short term effects of it all. Really, more so the long term, but even the short term effects. So yeah. Um. Okay. Wait. All right. You said you staying home. I'm assuming the staying home is that a part of your adjustment? All right. Can you clarify that? And you said, okay, romance 8 out of 10. Okay, I see you. Go ahead, girl. Oh, you doing better than me. My romance category is 5 out of 10. I'm like, there's no romance. I'm focused, laser focused on just getting everything situated with, well, reaching this road to 800 journey. I mean, road to 800 mark, hitting the goal. I'm sorry, y'all. I feel like I'm talking all crazy. I'm kind of exhausted from this week, but pushing through. Okay, you said adjust to staying home. Okay, I got you. I got you. Yeah. Oh. Okay. All right. All right. So the next category, two more. Next category is personal growth. Personal growth. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, how are you feeling about your personal growth category for this week? All right. You're doing great. Oh, thank you. I literally feel so exhausted. But I'm here, girl. I am here. And I'm glad you're here too, because it's definitely keeps me going. I appreciate you for showing up. Um, where was I at? Okay, personal growth, personal growth. Um, on a scale of 1 to 10, how are you feeling about your personal growth category for this week? While you guys are typing your responses in the chat, I would say, I think I might have to say a 9 out of 10. Again, because just being amongst a bunch of chaos and just Yeah, there's no easy better way to say that. Oh yeah, being around a bunch of chaos, it just kind of made me realize that like I've done a lot of growing that I have not been giving myself enough credit for. And yeah, it definitely makes sense to um acknowledge all of the habits and behaviors and my core values, and like to acknowledge the fact that I've been extremely resilient in those areas, and definitely pushing forward every single day to maintain the momentum that it takes, although it is so difficult from one day to the next because every day is different. But just doing my best, pushing to maintain a certain consistency and momentum. Definitely, I would encourage anybody and everybody to um, never not credit yourself, if that makes sense. So you say, all right, Carmel says, I don't know what to say about personal growth. In what terms? Well, I guess as far as what headspace you were in last week in comparison to this week. So personal growth. Oh shoot! I always say I'm gonna I get the definitions, but basically personal growth is like taking time out to reflect, self-reflect on um, many of your habits. It's five different things: habits, behaviors, your values, your oh gosh, I can't remember the other two, actions, and I'm missing the fifth one. But in each of those, there's five categories for personal growth, and basically, keeping track, finding a way to keep track of each of those categories from one week to the next, and how has your personal growth advanced, or if there was a decline, what was it and what happened, like just kind of keeping track of your self-reflection piece, if that makes sense. I hope that clarified what I meant by that. I have to get better at reading. Normally I have the digital version in my hand, but I didn't charge my devices the way I want so was supposed to. So this week but I'm here. I'm live. So yeah. I just don't have the digital version to read the definition. But if you check the digital version, you'll be able to see it. But yeah. Yeah, I have to write it down. But yeah, basically tracking those categories. Um, did I get? Yeah, I think I did. I gave mine. Oh, excuse me, y'all. All right. So while you typing yours in the chat, um, I'll move on to the final category, which is career. Career. All right. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how are you feeling about your career category for this week? And also, Carmela, if you need to use the wheel, I don't know if this will help with the feelings wheel. You can use that for, I guess, to try to find a word to go to correspond with that category. All right. Okay. And yeah, the final category for tonight is career. I would say um you said, okay, I'll use the feelings wheel. Yeah, definitely. All right. Um, all right, while you're doing that, I'll give my response for the career. So I would say my career, well, I feel like, I'm still kind of lagging a bit. So for this week, I would say I'm at like 6 out of 10, just because this week was more so focused on just had a lot of distractions with family coming in town for the services, and like kind of, it's a little off whack with that. But still pushing, still here. So, there's that part. And okay, you said career, 9 out of 10. I feel optimistic about starting my own business. Okay, yes. Shay Carmela in the building. What is your business? I hope it's gonna be cooking, because girl, I told you. Listen, the way you be chefing up in there, girl. If you don't get a meal prep thing going and bring that joint to the PTA meetings, but yeah, oh my goodness, don't get me hyped. You see, you over here about to hype me up, OD. But yes, I definitely, yes, you're gonna hype me up. All right, I have to stay calm. Stay calm. All right. So the final, yes, we shall talk. Yes. Oh my goodness. Well, we're about to wrap up, and I'm like definitely earlier than expected, but that's a good thing. I don't know if you have time after the chat, but let me know. Message me if you do, and then yeah, we'll definitely catch up. All right, so the final question. I don't have the digital thing with me right now, but um, the final question is: what is your number one goal? What is your number one financial goal for 2025? All right, so for this year, basically. Um, and as many of you know, my financial goal is to have a positive financial impact in the lives of at least 800 dads and grads in leadership position, to help them navigate through their major life transitions. All right. And I will say that I'm getting closer to tracking the number. I'm going to give myself the goal of keeping a tally. I may need y'all help to help me keep tally of each person that I've had a positive financial impact on, because there's a lot of, like, 800 is a lot of people. So uh yeah, that is going to be a bit of a challenge for me to single-handedly keep track of, but I'm gonna, basically lean on y'all to help me out with tracking that progress. So yeah. All right, Carmel, you said to be, I'm assuming you mean gainfully employed in my own, wait. Oh, okay, wait. To gain my own income. Okay. Yes. Listen. All right. Listen. All right. Listen. We gotta talk. We gotta talk. All right. So, with that said, everybody, this concludes this week's Wheel of Life Wednesday check-in. I want to thank every last one of you for taking the time out to check in and participate. I really appreciate your support. I appreciate your participation, obviously, because without you, what would I be doing? I'll be talking to myself. So thank you for making me not have to talk to myself tonight. And if you have not yet submitted the digital version of tonight's Wheel of Life Wednesday check-in on YouTube, I dropped the link in the description box, so make sure you check that out, fill that in, and yeah, we can get connected and help you accomplish your goals. All right. I hope that you all have an amazing rest of your week, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Or seeing you all next time, right? All right. Bye.